B-Marsh, what you got?
Man, I'm just left wondering what if. What if Nathaniel Hackett would have never got hired?
His fourth Super Bowl
Back to back
in
now.
6 seasons.
You know how hard it is to get a Super Bowl in 2 straight years? You know.
Do you know how hard it is to get the Super Bowl, period? Look,
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
My
sure.
first year in Denver, I was on practice squad. Von Miller gets hurt. I get pulled up. I play in the last game. Then I play in the playoffs. Okay? We played in the AFC Championship game against Tom Brady and the Patriots. We're about to win the game. I'm on the sideline chilling. I look to my left, and Champ Bailey is sitting to my left. And I'm talking to Champ. Champ is my guy, by the way. Champ Bailey, one of the greatest quarterbacks, cornerbacks ever. Great person. I'm talking to Champ. I said, hey, yo, Champ, dog, we about to go to the Super Bowl. I said, man, how many times have you been to the Super Bowl? He said, bro, I've never been to the Super Bowl. I'm like, word? He said, never.
He's one of the best players.
And I said, how long have you been playing? He said, I've been playing for 14 years. I'm like, that's crazy because this is my second year and I'm about to go to the Super Bowl.
You went first 2 years?
I went 2 out of my first 4 years.
The cliche defense wins championships is there for a reason, but why don't we pay attention to that as media?
Well, because it's not the flashy, right? What the flash is the offense, the touchdowns, the quarterback, the receivers, right? That's the flash, and that's what sells tickets. But the real substance of everything is in that defense, and which is why Kansas City is back in the Super Bowl again, even though their offense isn't high-powered, right? So, real football heads, right, real guys who know football understand, okay, look, this team has a chance because of their defense. They're not flashy, but their defense is solid. So, the media should start paying more attention and giving, defenses more credit.
Well, even when you guys won it, right, the story was still Peyton, right? And that became his last game.
Yeah.
What do you like about the Chiefs, what they're doing?
Man, you know what I love is because it's not a star-studded defense, right? But they're playing sound. They play with technique, You could tell they practice and they focus on the details. So, Steve Spagnuolo, he's doing a fantastic job with that defense. Chris Jones obviously is the big name on that. But the way they play with technique and sound, they play together, man, they don't make a lot of mistakes and not a lot of mental errors, in their group.
You mentioned gunslinger. Mahomes used to be a gunslinger. Now it's like he's decided, all right, I don't have those dudes anymore to go up and make plays. I'm just going to play smart, right, and not turn the football over.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an amazing thing. Guys don't usually do that when they have early success. They don't change what they've done, but it does feel like he's changed and refined and got even better if that's possible.
Yeah, and that's what makes him great. And obviously, man, we have to give some credit to Andy Reid.
Sure.
One of the GOAT coaches that we don't really give enough credit for, in my opinion. He's done a great job with a lot of quarterbacks. So the work he's done with Patrick Mahomes, man, it's been fantastic. And Patrick Mahomes, he's that great, man. How do you go against him?
If they lose, right, will McCarthy's days be numbered? And at first I said, no, he's won too many games, he's done too much, da-da-da. But now that I think about it, right, he's went 12-5 in 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Now he's 1-3 in the postseason, right? Jerry Jones is not a patient man.
You're talking 2 years down the road, that 5th-year option, I think they pick it up. I think they keep Jerry Jeudy.
I think they pick it up as well, because he's trending in the right direction. And, you don't want, from an organizational standpoint, you don't want a Josh Jacobs situation where you decline it and then he goes crazy and then now it forces your hand. What are you going to do? So, the way that Jerry's looked, right, either he's figured it out or, the new play caller's figured it out or him and Russ has figured it out, but whatever the case may be, he looks great. He looks like wide receiver 1, right? So to have him and Cortland on hitting on all cylinders, man, I'm excited for the future, man. I think it can be a special talent.
I do want to ask you about the Broncos.
Yep, talk to me.
How would you contextualize this season?
Oh, man, basically a season full of ups and downs, ebbs and flows like most seasons go. Starting off 1-5 and then ripping out, I think maybe 5 or 6 wins in a row. Russell showed some improvement, but clearly it wasn't enough, exactly, especially for what he was paid. And, Vance Joseph and the defense, looked terrible initially. Terrible. Then they started getting turnovers, right? Started only allowing 17 points per game. They were playing really good.
To be honest with you, I don't really like the Ravens offensively against the 49ers at all in this game. I don't like it at all, but, we'll see. Obviously, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking, from what we've seen. I'm speaking on paper. I don't really like it, but if, Odell Beckham, Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, can them guys get open, man, and can Lamar put it on the spot? So, it's going to be interesting to see, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the trenches, man. This is, like I said, a juggernaut football game. That's exactly what this is, man, and I would love to see some great football, and we will see that tomorrow night. The referee came into our locker room after we won, and we had the celebration, And he literally told us, he said, hey, it's crazy because we knew which team was going to win before the game because we came into your locker room, everybody was loose, chilling, having a good time. We went to the Panthers locker room, everybody was tight. Let's just bring it back to that. This is why people don't believe in the Cowboys and their quote unquote high ceiling Super Bowl aspirations. We don't believe in it because, one game they're looking good, fantastic. Next game, they're